Hi there. Have you ever thought about when you get your driving license, you normally go to a driving school in order to learn how to drive the car, and then you actually go to another actor, normally an authority, in order to show that you actually can drive, and then you get the license. So it's two different actors, one of them providing you with the learning, and the other one telling whether you know the knowledge or not. But in the university world, they get away with actually having the same one doing both of it. Now, imagine just for a second, what would happen if driving schools at this moment also got the possibility of telling when you were able to drive and actually give you the driving license? Or the opposite, if the authorities who provide you with a driving license also would run the driving schools, wouldn't it be a rather different system? Now, how come it's like this in the driving school situation, but in another way in the university system? Well, honestly speaking, I don't really know, but here is my guess. You don't need a professor in order to learn how to drive. Secondly, it's more trustworthy if the authority gives you the driving license compared to a private driving school. And in the university sector, I guess one reason why university teachers like me not only provide you with the education, but also with the exam is probably historical. Once upon a time, I guess, a professor was one of the few that actually could know if you knew the topic at hand or not. But now, can really today all average professors outperform all knowledge out on the internet? Hmm. Well, I'm not sure on that. Some would call that the knowledge monopoly being broken just because of the internet. And in some sense, I think they do have a point. Now, what's the problem with doing the education as well as providing you with exam? Imagine you fail. Who's to blame, actually? The teacher or the student? Or imagine if you get good grades. Who's to honor? The teacher or the student? Well, I guess here's the problem by having a service bundled in this kind of way. But it's done differently in the driving school system. What all this tells is actually that bundling of a service has a certain kind of logic, and that logic normally goes back to historical days when we did not have the technology that we have today. So today's bundling logics, and definitely the future bundling logics, is not to take for granted. And imagine, just for the fun of it, what would happen if somebody, or a university already existing, or a new actor with some kind of good credentials on the market would decide to just give the exam. But then suddenly the education industry changed fundamentally. Yeah, I guess that's one of the questions. And funny enough, if we look at industries that already have changed fundamentally, the unbundling is a very common thing happening. For instance, in the music industry, you don't buy an album anymore. The album is unbundled. You have singles. That's why you can create playlists, which is rather popular. So imagine if actors at this moment would start unbundling a lot of services, then I guess we would see a lot of industries start changing fundamentally. Cool, isn't it?